Hello, Bulldog Nation. Week 7 of the football season. Coach, I'm not going to call it a trap game, but a little bit of a letdown last week against Friendswood. It was the first game that we had. I had seven players out going into the ball game. A couple plays here and there really would have changed it, but you could tell for the first time this year during the season that we've had some vacancies. What was your take out of Friendswood?
There was opportunities for us to get back in that game we didn't take advantage of. I mean, I told the kids all week, coming into that game, their quarterback was back. He's got a Liz Frank, so for him to play the way he did, do the things he did, he's a tough kid. But I knew they were going to play hard because they were fighting for the playoff life. I thought we would handle that better, but there was just a couple of situations, here and there that we didn't execute in, and it winded up catching us in the end of the game.
Defensively, we give up the big play on the first play of the game, and then really we were on top of them the rest of the game.
Yes,
On the defensive side, what did you see? What did you feel off of it?
Well, you take that first play away, a 75-yard touchdown, and they had about 165 yards, and for us to down there, they got the ball on the 1-yard line first down, and
yes.
We held them out, made them kick a field goal. And then we stopped the beginning right for half and made them kick a field goal, but they just couldn't get first downs on us. I mean, our defensive line, our front seven, they played lights out, secondary matched well and tackled, but I mean, we hit that quarterback over and over and over again.
He got hit more. We hit him more than I've seen us hit. Probably the total of the rest of the weeks.
Yes, sir.
I was really impressed with Hunter Anderson and Thomas, and White was in there. And I said it on the air. They've played. They got after it.
Yes, sir.
A lot of misdirections, a lot of things that we saw on there. And on the offensive side, there were opportunities.
Yes, sir. And you go back and you look at it, and we up front they had two defensive ends. They're really athletic. They're both all-district returning players from their district last year, and you could tell that we had some young guys that were stepping in, filling some holes, and the speed of the game was fast for them. They were crossing our face on out blocks and things like that, things that we hadn't seen on video before then, and we probably didn't get prepared for very well. But we did handle some of those things very well. We came out after halftime, made some adjustments. We pushed the ball down the field, couldn't get any points.
Yeah.
And then we had it again. We were moving the ball in the second half. We just couldn't finish. We missed a guy. Missed a guy open for a touchdown, and then we had the turnover. And then late in the game, in the fourth quarter, we drove the ball down the field and scored a touchdown, and it got called back by a phantom holding call that that you can't see. There's no holding. But I think if we'd have scored there and given ourselves a chance at an onside kick, we could have been right back in the middle of the game. But, sometimes when you go play at a place like Friendswood, you're going to get calls like that sometimes, and you got to overcome them.
It's got to be the darkest stadium I've ever been in.
It is the darkest.
It's got to be. It's got to be one of the darkest stadiums I've ever been in. One of the plays that I was going to ask you about before we started, Dez and the big tight end got in, tangled up, and they called offsetting penalties. I didn't see what it was, but I thought that was his second personal foul at the time. I didn't say anything on air, but I was pretty sure that he had already gotten one.
It was his second personal foul, and the explanation I got from the officials was it has to be an unsportsmanlike penalty to get ejected from a game. But
okay.
And so that's the rule.
Something.
I did look it up, and that is the correct call.
There you go. Learn something new. I thought personal foul was a personal foul. I didn't know that. So that was a question. Also, there was the Trayvon Hogan makes the
huge pick.
Coach, that's big time. First time that he's played that much on defense. He got quite a few reps.
Yes, sir.
Stepped up big. I think did he get a fumble also?
No, he missed the fumble. Des got it, but
that's okay. Yes, Des got it.
Corey's been battling a hip pointer, and really Trey's battling a hamstring injury. But that's Corey couldn't run, and that's kind of why they got on top of him in the first play of the game. But I mean, they battled back. They both played well after that. Everybody settled down, and we didn't panic. I think kids stepped in spots and made plays, so it was good from that point of view.
One of I get text messages as the game's going, and we don't have everything with us and in there, but people were asking, how many players do we really have out that's injured?
Well, right now we're down 7 starters from the beginning of the season.
7 starters. And now we have some injuries, but those 7, they're gone. They're gone for the year.
One on defense, and so and then your son, the deep snapper, I count him as a starter, and then so that's 5 starters on offense alone. that we've lost since the beginning of the year for one reason or another.
Jordan Perry, the center, that's what the shuffle really was about.
Yes,
on the offensive line. Move Zeke over, Heyman goes to the quick side like we were talking about. It's the first week that some of them lined up when it's time to go. What do you see coming from that? Did they get the experience that you think that they need?
Yeah, I think they did. I think, Zeke moved in and played center and had a nose over in the whole game, snapped the ball really well. There wasn't any problems there. It was just some little things that we didn't do a very good job at, like knowing, you're gapping down, you need to reduce your split a little bit to help yourself. And then, some of the pass pro stuff that they struggled with. But, we're going to go back and revamp how we do some things and make sure that those guys have some help in those situations and try to get, more boots and neckets going. Because we did have success in the boots and,
Yes.
and there were guys open and, Ridge, it was good to see Ridge catch some balls. And, we got to do a better job of just taking what the defense gives us and don't try to make the big play. Just take what they give us and move the ball down the field.
This week, we didn't have a coaches show last week. We were doing the Veterans Day programs, and we just could not get away from it. But this week, we have Beaumont United.
Yes, sir.
And we'll get back to that right after the commercial break. But this is going to be one of those, we got to go get them.
Yeah, we need to win out from here on out.
All right, well, we'll be back in just a minute.
As a Bulldog alumni myself, I know firsthand how this community steps up to take care of its own. At Gringos, we pride ourselves in doing the same.
Since 1993, we supported numerous organizations and causes with the intent of making our community a better place. Whether it's spirit nights, donations, or sponsorships, Gringos stands ready to do our part. But we can't do it without you, our guests.
So next time you're catering lunch at the refinery or meeting up after the game, let Gringos do the cooking and help us change lives one taco at a time.
Go Dogs!
Are you looking for your dream home? Or maybe ready to sell your current home for a fresh start? Main Properties is here to provide you a personal and stress-free process. Main Properties has been servicing the LaPorte area and its surrounding cities for over 30 years with pride and spirit. Let one of our expert realtors here at Main Properties provide you with the caring service that is tailored to what you need. Come see us in the heart of Old LaPorte at 1014 South 2nd Street and let us put sold on your sign.
If you're ready to become a skilled and safe driver, contact us at South Region Driving School. We are conveniently located next to LaPorte High School. We offer driver education classes and private driving lessons for teen and adult drivers. All courses are state approved and can be tailored to meet all your driving needs. At South Region Driving School, our top priority is always the safety of our students. We are currently practicing in-class social distancing. DPS has a very long wait list for driving tests. Don't wait. We can do the DPS-approved road test here at South Region. From the first time behind the wheel to the day of the driving test, we'll guide your teen to success. At South Region Driving School, we develop safe drivers.
Beaumont United comes in. They actually played Port Arthur last week.
Yes, sir.
20-0. They take the loss, but it's still a big game for us. My calculations is we win this game and win out, we're still in the same spot we were in.
Yes, sir.
So every game is important from this point on. And you and I talked about it. It's going to come down to that last game going to ball, and I'm not talking about them yet, but each one of these games from here out, it matters.
Yes, sir.
It's in.
I mean, right now, we're 2-2 in district. United's 3-1, Lee's 3-1, Friendswood's 2-2. So when you look at all of it, if we win out and Friendswood has to play Port Arthur Memorial, Lee has to play Port Arthur Memorial, so you figure we could all finish 3-2. United's still in the mix, but they still got Port Arthur Memorial and Lee.
Right.
If we finish 5-2 and Friendswood, finishes 4-3 and Lee finishes 5-2, then we'll still be the 2 seed, which
Right.
is definitely what you want. But I mean, it is, it is what it is.
Yeah.
These next 3 games are not going to be easy. We still got those starters out. Guys got to step in, but I think we just got to play better as a team. We got to play the whole game,
Yeah.
Understanding, we're going to play good defense. We can't have turnovers on offense. We're going to have to create some things in the special teams and be creative. You're going to see guys playing both sides of the ball. I mean, we're not going to leave any bullets in the gun. We're going to use everything we got.
So this week, United's here. They started off in non-district. They were 0-2.
They lost the scrimmage to Beaumont.
Oh, that's right. It was a scrimmage. That's right. They changed.
They still got beat 44-7, and then they lost to PNG by a point.
Right.
And then they played, Sterling and I can't remember the other 2. They beat Friendswood when before Friendswood's quarterback was back, and they beat Galveston Ball. So they had played, they're 3-0, and then they got put on pretty good last week by Port Arthur.
What do you see them bringing in? Do they look like the United of the last couple of years, or are they a little different?
They're still very athletic. They're thin on the offensive and defensive line. They had a guy that was starting at center and defensive end, and he went down in the last game. I don't suspect that he'll play. So they're thin in those areas. They're not as they're big up front, but they don't move very well. They're still got athletes. Their quarterback can run a hole in the wind.
Yeah.
They probably have one of the best defensive players in the state of Texas that plays free safety, and he returns kicks, and he comes on offense and touches the ball. Chandler Rivers, and he's a phenomenal athlete. But they're it's kind of one of those things on defense. They play real hard and they're sound, where in the past, they hadn't been as sound. And you can tell they're being coached. They got a new coach over there, and he's doing a good job. Offensively, they're going to spread you out and let the quarterback run the football. So we're gonna have to take that quarterback run game away.
Defensively, though, they do have people playing both sides. I know there's not just one.
No,
they have a couple
yes.
that they're playing in there. And one of the things that we've noticed is later in the games, they've actually done better later in the games in a couple of the games, and then we've seen them kind of slack off a little bit in the last couple of weeks. This week we're not going to count this week. They played Port Arthur, but they almost lost to Friendswood late, and had to come back and win against PNG. So they do have athletes going back in the same. Any changes that we'll see? Major changes to the offensive side?
Just some personnel packages. We're going to get Regis in there more, and you're going to see some Greenewalt and Siafa play some wide receiver. Just different packages. Try and find ways to motion and bump and move and get guys out of the box a little bit. That's been tough for us. They put a bunch of guys in the box, so we have to do a better job of moving those guys around. Yeah. Offensive line wise, we're gonna, Zeke's gonna stay at center and Haynes gonna stay at quick tackle. David's feeling better from his ankle injury at guard, so we've got an open competition at the other 2 spots. And Pete's a senior, and he stepped in there and played that strong guard. He did a good job, and so we got 3 guys vying for that strong tackle spot, and hopefully one of them will step up and take advantage of that opportunity.
And in game experience, if for your offensive linemen, if they're not seeing game speed, somebody crossing their face on a stunt, they got to see that.
Yes.
And understand how to tell you that. That's one of the things a lot of players don't understand. They can see it happening, but they don't know how to explain it.
Yes,
they're not seeing it. So you get into another game, you get a little bit more reps, and then it changes that. On the defensive side, any major changes that we should be looking for? Same thing. Keep moving.
Yes, sir.
We're going into this ball game. We don't talk about the weeks coming up, but I am going to talk about the underclassmen before we move forward. This week, underclassmen, freshmen.
Okay. JV, we'll start with JV
Okay,
Wax. They
JV.
play Wednesday.
Oh, that's right.
At
Yes.
Abshire at 4:00.
Yes.
And that's cash only, $3 at the gate.
Yes.
Our JV Orange is going to go to United on Thursday, and they're playing at the big district stadium right there off I-10.
Yeah, that's a big one because they do not play at the high school. They will play at the district stadium. And what time is that?
That starts at 5:00.
And you remember that road is messed up for you people traveling. Make sure you check it before you go to major exit. It's not there anymore.
Yes, you got to exit way before.
Yeah, you're exiting about 2 miles before it happens. So they'll be over there.
The freshman white team's playing Barbers Hill at 4:30 at Bulldog Stadium, and then the freshman orange plays United at 6.
Okay, so it is here.
Yes, sir.
The Barbers Hill's here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Barbers Hill here at 4:30, and so we've got 2 here tomorrow. Same QR scan, get in, same rules, no difference in that as they go through.
And we do want to give our freshman white, our JV white team,
I was going, yes.
both district champs.
Yeah,
they got one district game, and they both won.
They both won it.
District champs.
JV, our freshman B was 14-0,
Yes,
which pretty good. And then, well, how was JV white?
The JV white won 30-0, and it could have been 100-0 if we wanted it to.
Really?
But they played really good. They're playing. They got some kids back from injury, and they're starting to play really good. I've probably got the smallest child on the field and freshman, but I've watched that group grow and get so much better. Yes, sir.
From the junior high level, from 7th grade up. It's the same kids, and they're starting to grow. It's fun to watch them.
Well, they gave Dickinson. I mean, it was a tie. We should have beat them, And you think Dixon, Big 6 high school, can come down? They played their tails off. We should have won 14-6 or 8-6, but. It worked out that way.
It's the way it was.
They're playing really good right now.
I'm proud of those. And I got to watch our JV Orange last week, and that was just an absolute heartbreaker. I felt so bad for Jamal. It was a great game. It was.
They were down 14. We come back and we score with about 1:30 left.
Yeah.
We get an onside kick, and with 3 seconds left, we hit a big pass play for a touchdown. And in JV games, there's no overtime.
Right.
So I said, hey. All your best play. Let's go for the win.
Yeah, yes.
And we didn't execute, and they did better than us. But just the fact that they kept their composure and they learned a good lesson for those guys. If you just keep playing, you never know what's going to happen.
Never quit. A great pass down the side.
Beautiful pass.
It was an unbelievable pass, and then get them in that zone. And I saw him having to struggle. He had to roll out, and we lost it just for a minute on the camera. And oh man, it was what a ball game! What a ball game! So we finished up this week, 7 o'clock here, Beaumont United. Just like we've said, every game from here out is just as important as the next. So we're not looking forward, but this is game 1 of a new season in my view. So good luck to you, Coach. Folks, if you haven't, please subscribe, hit the little bell. You'll know when we're on the air. I can't even tell you how many things are going on this week. We have football, we have volleyball, we have boys basketball, girls basketball. Hey, our cross-country team.
Yeah, going to state.
Going to state for the first time as a group, boys. We have Naomi is going on for the girls.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations to them.
And the band.
The band, that's right. Band last Saturday got all sweepstakes, all ones in their sweepstakes. And they didn't even think they were going to get to go this year.
Yeah, and their UIL competition Saturday at Channelview.
Yep. They're going to Channelview on Saturday, back to back. When we started this, we didn't know what it was going to look like at this point, but we really didn't think we'd have about 9 different things in 7 days either, and that's what's happened to us. So we're running on fumes right now, but it's all right. We're going to get through this and everything. But folks, we appreciate you very much. See you Friday night, 7 o'clock, right here at Bulldog Stadium.
Go Dogs.